Hello everyone, again, welcome to Gardner Academy for the 2020-2021 school year. This is the remote learning orientation that some of you may have already seen and will hopefully serve as a good refresher for you. And to those of you who have not yet had the chance to view this, there will hopefully be some good information, as well as tips and tricks to navigating the technology we'll be using this school year. So on that note, hopefully by the end of this presentation, you'll be able to, though you may already have since you've gotten this far, access and use your student Gmail or G Suite, send and receive as well as formally or professionally format emails, access your Student Plus portal, understand some of the Zoom etiquette that we'll be expecting, and have a quick introduction to both Google Classroom and the Remind app that we'll be using this year. So using your student email is something you'll be doing quite often this year, and sending emails are a fact of 21st century life for personal, school, or work reasons. Mastering the format and etiquette of sending emails will serve you well, and below are some general tips about your school email. This goes over how to sign in, which again you may have already done if you've reached this point. And my suggestions to you would be to check your email daily for infos from your teachers, from Ms. Scruggs in guidance, or Mr. McMorrow, our principal, and to better organize and sort your emails if you star them, and I believe that icon is at the left of any email. This little star will turn gold or yellow. It'll help sort them into their own folder within your email. So as your inbox gets fuller, those will be there readily available for you. So now you're in your email. How do you navigate from there to other Google apps? So the gear icon indicates your settings. The circles that form a square, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, are where you can find most of the Google Classroom, Google Docs slide sheets, as well as Google Calendar and other G Suite apps that we'll be using this year. And the little icon where your account, email, or profile picture would be, clicking that would help you toggle between multiple accounts if you had those on your device. But again, the circles that form the square, that is something you'll be using quite often to navigate to the various apps that you'll need for class. The other thing, of course, is composing an email, right? That's probably the biggest reason you'd be using your email. And that icon, again, is on the upper left-hand side of your inbox. And it looks like this in the image here. To send an email, click the Compose button and follow the following steps. Type in the email of your recipient or your recipients, as you may want to send one email to multiple people. And the nice thing about our school system is that as you begin to type in the letters of someone's name, all of the people that are in Gardner Public Schools with those letters or with that name will appear, and you can simply select the recipient or recipients that you would like. Next, give your email a subject. This would just be a few words summarizing the main idea of your email. And then in the body of your email, start with a greeting such as good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or perhaps simply hello, Mr. Heglin, or hello, Mr. Marchetti, hello, Ms. Dauphiné, things like that. Then below that, type your message and sign off with sincerely, thank you, and then your name just below that again. I have a sample of what that would look like for you here on this next slide. I sent this to Mr. Marchetti. I gave the subject sample email for students with the greeting, good evening, Mr. Marchetti, the message or body of the email, signed it off sincerely, and Mr. Heglin. So this is typically the formal or professional view of any email that you might be sending, again, for personal, school, or work reasons. And with that, if you have not already, and if you're unsure, you may certainly check with me, you're going to have some time to practice this 21st century skill. So now that you've accessed your student email and checked out the proper email format, you may send me, Mr. Heglin, a formal email. And this will count towards participation for you. So in your email, feel free to tell me an appropriate fun fact about yourself, ask us a question about the school year, talk about your summer vacation, and any hobbies that you may have, or all of the above. And as always, try to have fun with this while striving to do your best. So beyond your student email, you also have your Student Plus portal. As you may already know, your Student Plus portal is the account where you can access information such as tardies, absences, class schedule, grades, and more. And this will be an important resource for you during your time at Gardner Academy. So to get to your Plus portal, you can download the app for iOS or Android, as seen in the image on this slide. The Student Plus would be the one that you might want. Your parents may want to look at the Parent Plus, and teachers, we have our own as well. Or you can go to our school website. So go to gardnerk12.org, our schools, and navigate to Gardner Academy. Once on that page, simply scroll down to the Quick Links Plus portal access. Click that. The address is also at the top of this slide. And that will take you to the login page where you'll enter your student email and password and then sign in. If you click the Remember Me, you shouldn't have to enter your password again. And if you're having trouble signing into your account, you can't access it for some reason, click the Can't Access Your Account to get a reset password link sent to your student email. And if that doesn't work, if all else fails, contact one of your teachers, Ms. Scruggs or Mr. McMorrow, and we'll see what we can do to help. One of the other applications we'll be using this year is Zoom, the video conferencing service. That's how we will really simulate virtually the classroom experience. And as such, you'll be expected to behave the same, if not better, than you would at school. So first, of course, you'll have to join your Zoom class by clicking the link in your student email inbox, or, and this would be my suggestion, using the Google Calendar feature, which you can access from your email inbox by clicking the tiles that we looked at on slide 5, and they are again highlighted here for you on this screenshot. And similar to mine, the sample again is my Google Calendar. You'll have all of your blocks listed, and if you click on one of those little scheduled event windows, it will open up the details for that, and it'll include the Join Zoom meeting link for you there. And of course, ask any of your teachers, Ms. Scruggs or Mr. McMorrow, if you need any help. Now, once you enter in your Zoom class, your teacher may have specific rules for you to follow. However, the list below is a generally good set to go by in order to keep yourselves out of trouble, right? Be on time and be prepared for class. So you've signed into your email, you've checked your calendar, you've checked out your Google Classroom, you've now joined the Zoom. Remember, if your camera is going to be on, your teacher and classmates can see you and your surroundings. Don't rename yourself, show anything, say anything, or type anything into the chat that might get you into trouble. Mute yourself, and if you wish to speak, some of my recommendations would be to raise your hand, type me into the chat, and wait for your teacher to call upon you prior to unmuting yourself and speaking. Or try using some of them have the reactions feature. They're basically small emojis that you can use that will pop up on the screen and show that you are trying to get someone's attention. Additionally, adhere to our school values of compassion, integrity, responsibility, and community. Be focused, pay attention, and be an active participant. Don't hesitate to type any questions or comments into the chat. And remember, prior to entering a Zoom, you might be in the waiting room and you might be waiting for that access. So just be patient. There could be a technical difficulty, but you will eventually be admitted by the host. So then very briefly to close this out, Google Classroom and then the Remind app will be using Google Classroom throughout the year in order for you to access the content of your various classes. And your teachers, if not already, will be introducing you to their specific Google Classrooms. But this slide just very generally shows you how to access Google Classroom by either from the Google homepage or if you're in your email. Again, the tiles that look like a little Rubik's Cube, which will take you to the apps. Scroll down to Google Classroom, click that icon that you can see here on the screen, and then once you're in there, it'll have all of your classrooms listed for you that you've been invited to, and you can simply select the block that you need. And more to come on this, but we'll be using the Remind site and app this year in order to increase and improve communications with you and your parent or guardian. So feel free to check out the website. Nothing you need to do for now. We will be eventually inviting you to rejoin or to join the Remind app classrooms, similar to being invited to a Google Classroom. And so without further ado, just remember to be patient. Technical difficulties are bound to happen for you, your parents and guardians, your teachers, the school, and as such, we need to be patient and persevere. Try your best not to let the small hurdles, like tech issues, get in the way of your success. Good luck and have a great year, everyone.